Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I hope all is well with you and your families. Well, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Nancy, and today I'm not talking about me. We are talking about something else, since the last two journey stories was about me. So I decided to talk a little bit about what that journey, the journey to your healing, the delay, what that delay does to your loved ones, because you're not in this journey alone, especially if you are already married and you have a child or children. Then you better know that your journey or your delay to that journey to healing, which looks like stubbornness, pride, resistance, running, and so forth, that delay in your healing process, it's going to affect your children or your child if you have one. So that's what I'm talking about, what your pain will do to your kids. Wow. Or meantime, while you're trying to figure out how to get out of this pain of yours, if you have a child like me at that time, I had one child. So with you not knowing what your pain is doing, your child now begins to witness your ups and downs or your emotions. They experience that. And because you are so blinded in your pain, you won't see the effects, those gradual effects that are taking place. You are so ignorant. I don't want to say ignorant or blinded by your pain that you won't even think about the outcomes of tomorrow. So that pain gradually raises your child, and then those effects gradually take place. And the sad part is you won't even see it because you're blinded by the pain. So you won't even see what's happening because it's so gradual. So the changes starts taking place in your child because they see those ups and downs of what you are going through. And then you as a parent now, you are trying your best. Maybe you're doing the right things by the book. Oh, I'm being the best mom. In yourself, you think you're being the best mom, and probably you are doing things in the best way, thinking, this is the best way to raise my child. But really, emotionally, your child is being raised by your pain without you even knowing it. Now, as much as you are trying your best to be a good parent, your energy is doing totally the opposite. Your kid is perceiving that energy within you, not what you are doing. They see something different. And this I can only see it because I came out of it. But at that time, while you're doing it, you won't see it that way. You see yourself as the best parent ever, because all you're trying to do is you're trying to protect your child from being hurt like you did, not knowing that in doing that, you're actually hurting them yourself in a different type of hurt. It's sad, it's complicated, but it is what it is. So your parenting looks like, let me say, my parenting at that time looked like it was now strict, controlling, yelling. That was my parenting skills. And combine that with my husband parenting, which was soft parenting, that equals to disaster, actually. You have one parent who is a screamer, a yeller, controlling, and very strict, because she's trying to protect the child from being hurt. And then the other parent is a soft parent who's trying to balance things out, but then they become the soft parent. That really is equal to disaster. Everything that I tried to do, which is the good stuff, which I thought this was the good parenting, no, It did not do anything. But everything that was inside, those things that I was covering, those things that I didn't want to get healed from, the things that I was running from, that ended up being on my daughter. And I didn't see it that time. Like I said, you won't see it that time. It's a gradual process. You will see it later on in your healed self now. That's when you start seeing all that baggage that you were trying to run from, not getting healed because of your stubbornness, or because you are running, or because you are in, whatever reason it might be that you were not wanting to heal this thing quick enough. You will see it when you are now healed. All those effects will come out later on. Now, that's when I started understanding that phrase which says hurt people, because I didn't understand it at first. Like, how is that possible? How can I want someone to hurt like I'm hurting? But then I understood that no, you can actually hurt your loved ones by now, whatever your actions, your emotions, the punishments, whatever you are not giving them, even you withholding your love from your loved ones is hurting them. That's how you hurt your loved ones. Maybe that strictness and that yelling and what else? Whatever your parenting skills which you are trying to do because you're trying to protect your child, that becomes something that will hurt them in the name of, oh, I don't want my child to get hurt. That's when I started that. Yes, that's when I really understood that phrase. Now, let's talk about some of the effects you might encounter while you are seeking this healing journey, or while you are in this delay to getting this healing from whatever you went through. And this is the main reason I have this channel. Because I don't want anyone who went through trauma to go through what I went through because of ignorance, because of resistance or pride, or running because you don't want to face your past, pride and things like that. So if I can share my journey to healing, and if you can learn one or two things in my story, then you're going to avoid some of the obvious pitfalls, obvious pitfalls. Because I know journeys are different. This journey to healing is all about you and God and your path. But you can still learn some of the things, the obvious pitfalls that you can avoid because you have learned one or two things from somebody's story. That's why I am doing this channel, guys, because I don't want you to see or to go through the same pain with your kids, or your kids to go through the pain of your own past, So now, some of these effects that I saw in my own child was when she was a toddler. She would display this confidence around the dad and myself. Confidence. I mean, you would think, oh my goodness, you are going to be somebody in life, But the minute we go to the park where the other children are, or wherever there's a gathering, she would literally hide behind me or the dad and don't want to participate, and just be in this fear to do anything around other kids. And this was around when she was a toddler. When she got to her the early teenage years, she became quiet. It became opposite. She became so quiet to us, yet when she's around her friends, you'll be shocked, like, oh, you can talk? You are this open? But around us, she wouldn't talk. She didn't want to talk to us or say anything to us. She'll be just this quiet girl. And at that time, To me, I perceive it as, oh, she's just my quiet girl, my caring, quiet, gentle, loving girl, because she won't hurt any fly. That's how I saw it. But yet, looking back now, she was actually doing that to avoid conflict with me, since I was the strict mom, the yeller, and the what do you call this, controlling mom. So she did that just to avoid conflict with me. She had already studied that, so she already knew her parents, so she didn't talk much or do much around me, because she had already figured, you know what, I don't want this mom to take anything the wrong way or to snap, and then she will say no TV. At that time there was no cell phones like now, so the only punishment I could do was, okay, no TV for either the certain hours, or if it's something extreme, I'll say no TV today, you read your books. So the child now trained herself to say, you know what, let me just act nice, be this nice child. That way my mom won't take my TV time, you see. And when the phones were now in place, she did it so that I wouldn't take her phone, because the phone became my way of disciplining her. Since I couldn't whoop her, I'll say, you know what, I'm going to take your phone for maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, depending on the whatever she did at school or whatever she did that I didn't like, then I'll take the phone. So her knowing all this, she became that, you know what, I'll be that perfect child that just does everything, but yet really I don't want to do what you're telling me. I'm just doing it to avoid conflict with you. Because they are smart. Children are really smart. They will just study you too and say, you know what, this one, she crazy, or this one is like this, or this is how I'm going to act around her. So anyway, when she got to her late teens, that's when I started a different character in her. That's when I noticed that isolation was now really deep. The only time we would see her is when she was doing her chores. She would stay in her room, and even if it's time for dinner, she would make an excuse like, oh, I'm not hungry. Yet she's hungry, but she just don't want to be associated or to sit close to me or close to be where I am. So she would say, oh, I'm not hungry. And then the minute you guys finish eating, when we finished eating, then there she comes, she eats her food. So isolation, I started seeing those little depression tendencies, where seeing plates under the bed or things like some things that you can tell something is up. I started seeing low self-esteem. She didn't want to express herself when she's around me. Even when we had our girl mom talk, it was only one word answers, because I think she already knew that, okay, with this mom, if I try to open myself up and say, you know what, I like boys, it's going to go a different way, a different route. So she closed up. She completely closed herself from me so that I wouldn't know what's going on. So it was hard to get information out of her. That's the things that I really noticed. At first I thought, oh, maybe it's that puberty thing, but it was more than that. What else did I notice? Yeah, I think that was it. And then, and all this now, I was now noticing it because I was already in my healing journey. So you start seeing these things like, what's going on? So when she started college, the effects keep on going. Just because you are healed now doesn't mean everyone else is healed. That's the sad part again. You might be healed, but the consequences of your pain are going to still play on. So in the beginning stages of her college years, that's when I started noticing some addictions coming in, some too much partying that never used to be part of her. But then thinking about it, I never allowed her to do all that in high school. No, it was not even for negotiation. If you want to go to a birthday party, it's 16 or whatever, 15, I'm going to drop you and I'm going to pick you up at a specific certain time before 11. You are going to be picked. So obviously this thing it came about in college years, like, oh, I'm free now, I can do whatever I want to do. So yeah, in college it was now wild. It was wild. But let me say this: if you are a parent and now you're going through this extreme wild behavior, if you don't die, then God is preserving you to tell your story so you can help another parent out there. That's the best way I can put it. If you don't die of heart attack, then you're supposed to be telling your story so other parents won't have to go through what you're going through. So what do you do, guys? What can you do as a parent? If you are that parent who might be already going through it and you're already healed, and now you are seeing these effects of your pain in your child or children, what do you do? Well, all I can say or advise, or what I did or what I'm doing, is you can just wait patiently. You can't go back in your past and be a mother and do these things the right way, get your healing quick enough before you even get married, or after you get married, get yourself together and then have kids after you're healed. I can't do that. Even if you apologize, it seems like your apology is not going anywhere. It's just hitting concrete and nothing is happening. Or maybe they accept your apology, but they are now like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm living my life. You can't do anything about it. So what do? You just wait patiently. You surrender, commit them or him or her to God. Wait patiently for God to do what he knows, to what he can do. You pray and you pray. You pray for your child, you pray for your children, and you just wait. And you move out of their way. You move out of their way. And if they are still if they are still in your house, you just have to have an understanding that, okay, fair enough, I'm gonna move out of your way, but still there must be a respect, a boundary of respect. Know the rules of the house. You go according to the rules of the house. Just because I made mistakes and my intention wasn't the intention that ended up happening, it doesn't mean I have to be punished as a parent. But if you don't like the rules of the house, then if people are responsible enough, if your child is responsible enough, they can always choose a route of living by themselves, and will be a good way of maybe healing if they live by themselves, to get away from that trauma, because you became now their trauma, I guess. So it will be the best way to do if they are grown kids, to live by themselves. That way you can mend this relationship. But the best way is just to surrender all to God. Let him help you and your child in this relationship, and just commit them, him, her, to God, and let him heal the child. And also keep on, if they're willing to do counseling, that would be the best. But if they're an adult that doesn't want counseling, then I can't force them to do counseling. So all you can do at this point is pray. That's in my case, all I can do is just pray and pray and pray and pray and hope for the best. No, I can't hope for the best. I really know something great, something good is gonna come out of all this. So, and if you are that parent or individual that is not yet married, or you are married and you have a child or children that are still young, or you don't have children yet, this is the best time to pursue your healing. Surrender to God. Let him help you to find that healing that you need. Get the help that you need. You don't want to do it when it's already too late, when you have already invested your time, your your time, your effort in trying to do things in your own strength, not knowing that your pain is actually doing everything behind the scenes, and which will result in you reaping negative consequences from it all. So it's better to pursue your healing right now when you don't have children, or if your children are still young, do it now, so that when you start raising them kids, you don't have any issues later on. Because during the time you are not healed, you're already building those kids up. You're already raising those kids up. So you don't want any of your pain to help you whatsoever. You don't want any of your pain to help you. Don't delay your healing journey. Start your healing journey today. Because you don't want to deal with these consequences. This pain that is caused by consequences of your own pain is something you don't want to go through. It's not worth it. It's just something you don't want to go through. So just get your healing. Go to God and start your healing journey. Forgive yourself. If you already made mistakes where you are already seeing your children acting up because of your pain of your past, forgive yourself. Surrender, move on. Don't be like me. I was, once I discovered all that, what I had done, what my pain had done really, I was stuck in the should and should not thing, this thing of should and should not game. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have just started my healing when I was a teenager. Oh, I should have known about this therapy thing. Oh, I should have seek God earlier. Should have, A, B, C. Oh, I should not have done A, B, C, and D. Oh, I should not have done 1, 2, 3. You'll be stuck in that, and it doesn't help anything. You just have to forgive yourself. You did the best you could. Learn from those mistakes and just move on. What's that saying? You do better when you know better. It's actually a true statement that I love, because when I know better, I react better, I heal better, I understand better, I eat better, I forgive better, I react better, what else? I get angry better, I do everything better. I love it. So really, ignorance, Ignorance is not it. It's better once you know something, do your homework on it, go to God, and just do better and avoid all these obvious pitfalls. You know? So guys, I pray that me sharing my healing journey stories will help you learn one or two things so that you don't have to go through some of these obvious pitfalls that I went through because of my own ignorance, you know. So, you know, hopefully you can take one or two things and avoid these pitfalls. And like I always say in this channel all the time, this journey to this process of healing is individually different. You have to journey alone with God in your truth. He will show you the truth. He will reveal what he needs to reveal and what you need to do in this journey. But you have to do it yourself. You have to take that first step to that healing journey, and you have to stay in it. No matter how many times you fall, you just have to stay in it if you really want to be healed. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. And I pray if you already have children that are grown and you're experiencing this after effects thing, just have hope, stay prayed up, pray for your children, and just patiently wait for them. They will soon come around, and it's going to be a happy ending. It's going to be a happy ending. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching. You have a blessed, wonderful week. I'll see you in my next video.